Hi, this is Rebecca from Cloud Yoga. I'm just going to run through a really gentle shoulder and heart opening, seated and lying flow. So when you're ready, come to a seated or a lying position, close your eyes and start to sink into the breath. Starting to elongate the breath. If you're seated, you can place your hands in your lap, palms facing up, index finger and thumb touching. And if you're lying, just bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Start to focus on the breath as you inhale, taking the breath down into your lungs, ribs, belly expanding, lower back opening. As you exhale, letting the breath go, releasing, emptying, slowing the breath down, inhaling, using the Ujjayi breath if it's in your practice, exhaling, releasing, letting go, inhaling and exhaling. Last time, inhaling all the way down, and this time as you exhale, release through the mouth, making a ha sound, the sound of the heart center. Open your eyes. And if you're seated, inhaling, lifting your arms up and overhead. If you're lying, just bringing both hands to your heart center. Inhale, exhaling, hands down the center line if you're seated, hands just staying at the heart center if you're lying. And again, if you're seated, arms up and overhead. Inhaling, exhaling down the center line. If you're seated, hands to heart center and Jolly Mudra. Breathe here into the heart center, whether you're seated or you're lying. And then just opening your hands into Lotus Mudra. So wherever you're positioned, you can bring your hands into Lotus Mudra. Little finger and thumb touching, rest of the fingers spreading open. And just imagining that your heart center is in the center of your palms. So beautiful green light in the center of your palms. If you're lying down, for this beginning bit, just stay there, keeping your hands at your heart center, Lotus Mudra. If you're seated, you can inhale, draw this beautiful green light up to the third eye. And as you exhale, just bringing it back down to the heart center. Inhaling up, third eye. Exhaling down to the heart center. Last time, inhaling up, exhaling down, and releasing the hands down, palms facing down on the lap, just stabilizing the breath again. Inhaling all the way down, right to the very depths of your belly. Exhaling, releasing. On the next inhale, if you're lying, bring the soles of your feet together, open your hips out to the side and start to open in the hips. You've got pillows under the knees. If you're seated, I'm going to move into cat-cow. So inhaling, sliding the hands up, opening in the heart center, lifting to the sky. Exhaling, rounding, space between the shoulder blades. If you're lying, just keep breathing into the green, beautiful heart center. Seated, inhaling, coming up, heart center to the sky. Exhaling, rounding, pressing between the shoulder blades. On the inhale, opening, heart center lifting, beautiful green light in the heart center, whether you're seated or lying, lifting up to the sky. Exhaling, rounding space between the shoulder blades. Inhaling to the center. Exhaling, breathing. If you're lying, just bring your left hand onto your heart center, the right hand onto your belly, and imagine a line of energy being drawn between those two hands as you inhale and exhale. If you're seated, we're just going to come into some Sufi rolls, rotating round, inhaling forwards, exhaling back, almost drawing a circle with your chin, inhaling forwards, exhaling back, inhaling forwards, and exhaling back, coming to neutral, tall in the spine, switching sides, inhaling forwards, exhaling back, inhaling forwards, exhaling back. Last time, inhaling forwards, exhaling back. If you're lying now, with your feet, soles of your feet together and your knees open, just bring your hands, your arms up into cactus arms, opening in the chest. And if you're seated, do the same thing, but close your fists. We're going to inhale, heart center to the sky again. Exhale, heart center to the sky, through the back between the shoulder blades. Inhaling, opening, strong in the belly. If you're lying, just staying with your hands in cactus and breathing into the heart center. If you're seated, exhale, draw the forearms together, rounding in the back. Last time, inhaling, opening, heart center to the sky. Exhaling, rounding, releasing, pressing between the shoulder blades. Inhaling, releasing the arms back down to the sides if you've stayed lying, back down to the lap if you're seated. Pausing here and breathing into the lowest part of your belly. And now, whether you're seated or lying, we're going to do a little bit of tapping. So just starting to very gently tap over the right hand side. This is the liver, very soft fists. You can do this whether you're lying or you're seated. And if you haven't got the energy today, then just breathe into the lowest part of your belly. And just take your attention to your liver, to the right hand side. Then coming over to the left hand side, your spleen. Just tapping gently there. Or just breathing into that space. Imagining it opening, being nourished by your breath on the inhale and any toxins or poisons flowing out on the exhale. And now bringing the fingertips into claws, seated or lying, just tapping over the ribcage. Focusing especially on any points that are sore. I'm doing a bean diet, so my whole belly's sore and so swollen. I can't fit into anything. I can't get any of my coats done up. So that's all really, really sore as I'm tapping there. Just being gentle if it's really sore, but focusing your breath there. And then bringing your attention to the space where your heart center sits, your Anahata chakra in the very center of your chest. We're just going to tap there very gently. So thymus gland moderates your immune system, stimulates your immune system, and then just tapping all the way down either side of your belly button, and all the way back up again. Just tapping, stimulating in a very gentle way. And then whether you're seated or you're lying, and you want to tap, you can just come to stillness if that's enough. You can move to the lung center, the lung point. On your right arm, just tapping there gently. And then just opening the hands and tapping down the inside again and back up the outside. To the trapezius muscle at the side of the neck, to the lung center. And then working your way across, tapping in the thymus area again. Coming to the lung point, on the left hand side, lung centre there, and then just smacking down gently and back up the arm, back to the trapezius, back to the lung centre on the left hand side, then moving back, fibers, and taking your fingers into pincers, just tapping on the collarbone points, the kidney point, just tapping there. And then the same pincer fingers going under the eyes, very gently, and then between the eyes. This is your liver, brilliant for detoxing. And when you're ready, just tapping over the back, the kidneys, the adrenals very gently. In Qigong, it's a gate of hope. So it's really nice to do if everything's feeling a bit too much. Just very, very gently tapping there. And then seated or lying. If you're lying, I want you to just focus on breathing into your legs. If you feel like you can sit up for a little while, you can start to tap down the legs. Just tapping down the outsides, coming up the insides. So you can just breathe into the legs. If you're lying and you don't want to do any more tapping, or you don't want to do any seated work, that's absolutely fine. Just breathe into the legs, just becoming aware of the legs, the feet and the toes. Then if you're seated, I'm going to come into oh my god, I can't talk. Paschimottanasana. Not quite sure what happened there. And just, just hook the belt around the feet. Actually, I'll come sideways on so you can see what I'm doing. So yeah, just hook a belt around the feet. Or if you haven't got a belt, you're just going to lean forward. You can hold on to the underneath of your thighs, just keeping your back nice and straight. You can put a blanket or a pillow under your knees so that your knees are slightly bent. You can put your hands on your calves. If you can reach your feet, you can put your hands on your feet, or you can use a belt. So I'm just using a dressing gown belt because I haven't got any proper belts. So inhaling tall, and if you're lying, just flex your feet, toes up to the sky, toes down towards the bed, up to the sky, down towards the bed, as many times as feels nice, just to bring a little bit of movement into the calves and the shins. If you're seated, if you're doing seated work today, just exhaling forwards, finding length in the spine, rooting down in the sitting bones into the bed, reaching up the crown of the head, Paschimottanasana. Inhaling and exhaling, feeling the backs of the legs open. You've got your bladder channel, your kidney channel running down the back of the legs, so it's really good. If you've got an infection, to open up the backs of the legs, the channel running down, the kidney channel running down the spine as well. Sorry, my brain has just decided to switch off. So I'm just losing words all over the place. Inhaling. And exhaling, I'm going to play bean diet. I've got grain brain. Inhaling and exhaling, finding space, finding length. You might also find if you have got an infection lingering, it's much harder to open the backs of your legs, and the channel running down the spine gets very tight, so everything feels really tight and your neck doesn't want to bend. So just be really gentle if that's the case. Inhaling and exhaling, just finding your place, the place that feels comfortable to you. And then on the inhale, coming up. We're going to recline now. So if you're already lying down, we're joining you. Coming down, bring the soles of your feet close by your buttocks. And just breathe here for a second. And we're going to take the arms out to the side, palms facing down. We're just going to bring the feet more or less together. We're just going to windscreen wipe them over to the left-hand side, just pausing for a second there. Turning the head to look over the right shoulder if you can, if that's comfortable. Then lifting them up and taking them over to the right hand side, looking to the left. Inhaling back up to center, back over again to the left hand side, looking right. So spinal twist. Inhaling up, exhaling, knees to the right, head to the left. Inhaling back to center, feet on the floor. You're just going to take the feet a little bit wider than your hips, knees together, just allowing the lower back to rest and release. You can bring your hands onto your belly. Breathing into your hands, finding space in the breath, lengthening the breath. And then from here, drawing the knees in, Uppanasana, wrapping your arms around your legs or just holding onto your calves, your shins. Inhaling and exhaling. And rock from side to side, just massaging over the lower back. And either staying there or coming into happy baby. So you can use your belt again here. And just wrap it around the soles of your feet. And then part your feet and use the belt to draw your feet down towards you. Relaxed in the shoulders, or if your body's feeling flexible enough today, you can hook your feet or hook your big toes, whichever feels better in your body. Just opening the hips, finding space in those hips, lowering the tailbone onto the bed. Inhaling, exhaling into the hips. When you're ready, drawing the knees back together. Going to place the left foot down onto the bed, extend the right leg away. Just feeling the space in the right leg. And either staying here, flexing the toes and pointing them, or if you want to take it a little bit further and opening the hamstrings a tiny bit more, you can draw that knee in. Take the belt around the foot and extend that leg up towards the sky. You can keep the knee soft, it doesn't have to be straight. Just breathe into it, flexing the foot, holding onto the strap. If you've got a lot of flexibility, you can draw that leg in. Depends what feels nice in your body, making sure that the tailbone is still pressing into the bed and not lifting up. And then exhale, draw the knee down. Pausing here, knees together, feet apart, hands on the belly, breathe into the belly. And placing the right foot flat on the bed, just in front of your buttock. Taking the strap again, hooking it around the left leg. You can also hold on to the back of the thigh if you haven't got a strap. Sorry, I should have said that before. Just extending that foot up towards the sky. Inhaling and exhaling. And keep the knee soft. Hold on to the thigh, hold on to the calf. You can hold on to the foot. If you've got open hamstrings, you can start to draw the left leg towards your face. But only as far as feels comfortable in your body. So don't ever push to the point of pain. Inhaling and exhaling all into the back of that leg. And then release. Place the foot down. And we're all coming into Baddha Konasana. Reclined supine Baddha Konasana, reclined bound ankle pose. I'm still losing words. It's brilliant, isn't it? Oh, sorry. Soles of the feet together, hips opening out to the sides. You can put pillows under the hips or blocks if you've got them, whatever feels nice. Just breathing into the whole hip area, the inner thighs. Inhaling and exhaling. You can bring one hand to your belly, doesn't matter which one hand to your heart. Breathing. always breathing, even if you just come to stillness and you stop moving. Doesn't matter as long as you're breathing. It's still yoga as long as you're breathing. Even if you skip half the poses, it's still yoga. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing deeply all the way down into your belly. You can either stay there and extend your legs out into Savasana. You can either keep one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, both hands on your hips. Sometimes feels nice. But you can take the arms out to the sides. Whatever feels nice in your body. Just stay lying, stay relaxed, feeling the length in your spine. Tucking your chin slightly, taking your shoulders down your back. Breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Relaxing all of your muscles. And just bringing your focus to your heart center, to the beautiful green light in the center of your chest. The Anahata chakra, the center of all emotion, the center of loving kindness. And whether you're going to be spending Valentine's Day with somebody or with yourself, just start to spread the love from your heart center into the whole of your body. As you inhale, this green light starts to spread from your chest through your torso, expanding on every inhale, settling and nourishing on every exhale. Inhaling, expanding, finding its way through your shoulders, flowing into your arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, your hands. Inhaling and the light brightens, glimmers, strong, sure. Exhaling, settles into the cells, the bones and the tissues, nourishes, heals and soothes. Inhaling, this beautiful green light spreads down over your hips, through your buttocks, into your thighs, your knees, right down into your calves and your shins, your ankles and your feet and toes, nourishing as it spreads, healing, taking love from your heart center to your whole body, healing any points of pain, any stored emotion being soothed. And as you exhale now, the nourishment consolidates in your cells, and anything that isn't wanted or needed flows out on your breath and away. As you inhale, the green light spreads, intensifies, healing as it moves through your body. And as you exhale, anything that's not serving you flows out on your breath and away, dissipating into the universe, into nothingness. Inhaling, this green light spreads over your clavicles, over your shoulders, up and down your spine, through your whole torso and neck. Begins to filter up through your jaw, into your face, to your mouth, the space between your eyebrows, into the soft tissues of your mouth and throat and your ears, the back of your head, your brain, your eyes, all nourished and healed, soothed by this loving green light that's come from you, your own healing, your own love for yourself, spreading through your whole body, loving and nurturing, bringing nutrients and vitamins, healing, anti-inflammatory green light, moving through your whole body, gently washing away anything you don't need, anything that doesn't serve you, flowing out on your breath, out and away into the universe, dissipating, releasing, no longer required. Inhaling, feeling the love spreading through your body. Exhaling anything you don't want, flooding out and away. Inhaling nourishment, healing, soothing light flowing all the way through all of your cells, all of your body. And exhaling everything you don't need, just flowing out, leaving you, releasing and letting go, letting you go, to be free, to be a being of light and love, healed and soothed and nourished. Inhaling and exhaling. And either staying there for as long as you like, or if you want to come out of the practice, starting to move your fingers and your toes, deepening the breath as you stretch, maybe lifting your arms overhead, finding length in the body, drawing your knees back into your chest. If you're coming up, you don't have to come up, you can stay lying down. And then rolling over to the side, ready to be reborn. And coming back up into the world, coming into a cross-legged position if you're sitting, if you're coming up to sit. Resting your hands on your palms on your hand, on your knees. I can't talk, I'm so sorry. Absolutely beyond me speaking today. And then bring your hands to the heart center. Namaste.